Blessings, everyone. So happy to see you here tonight. Time for a little bit of our weekly meditation and our centering. So important. Do not be mistaken. We are always here to meditate. That's the purpose of Sunday Night Alive. We've had a wonderful celebration service this morning talking about our purpose, our divine purpose, why we incarnated, and how to actually live in that purpose, which is so joyful and so many things. It's awesome. It's just very, very good to wake up and to know why you're here, and to live like you're here and know why you're here. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Denise. I am the spiritual director at the Center for Spiritual Living in Cape Coral. I'm here representing the Center for Spiritual Living. And this is really a forum to meditate for just 15 minutes. But, it's a full moon today, so it's a high spiritual time. And I'm just so happy you're here. If you are here, you can say hello in the comments. Here, I can say hello. I'll say hello to you, and then you can say hello to me. Here. Hello, and welcome to Sunday Night Alive. There you go. It's very easy. You can do it too. So, I love this. I came across this reading this week, which just inspired me. It was really quite beautiful. And it was just on Facebook. I didn't make it up. I didn't search for it. It just kind of showed up. But I realized that it's a wonderful thought. It's a wonderful approach to life. It's a wonderful reminder for us not to take life too seriously. Because, next month, our book next month is Life is Joy by Roger Teal. And it's so hard for so many of us to believe that life is joy, that life is meant to be joy, that life is intended to be joy. Because most of us have been taught that life is supposed to be hard or challenging or difficult or full of lessons or sacrifice. So to step into life as joy means a kind of letting go that this particular reading I read, which is to live like a cat. So I want to share it with you because we're going to meditate tonight on it. We're going to meditate on what it might feel like to live in the let go, to live in the surrender, to live in the, we had Bob Teasdale was our inspirational music today. And he sang this beautiful song about a river and really living. It was so beautiful. I actually felt like I was sitting at the side of the river, watching it move wherever it's going to move, unencumbered by anything, by rocks or by trees or by us. It just flowed. And I believe that's where our life should be as well. So here's this wonderful Live Like a Cat reading. It says, when a cat falls out of a tree, it lets go of itself. Now, I remember I was probably 17 or 18 years old, and my family lived in San Francisco on the third floor of a apartment building, and we had a cat. I remember one day the cat was missing, and we looked down, and the cat had fallen out of our third story window into the courtyard below. And it was fine. The cat was absolutely fine. No damage, no broken bones. It was fine. It was a little unfathomable. So, but this reading went on to say, the cat becomes completely relaxed and lightly lands on the ground. But if the cat were to fall out of the tree and suddenly make up its mind that it didn't want to fall, it would tense its muscles, it would get rigid, and it would end up on the ground just a bag of broken bones. So can you guys kind of get that? That there's one image of this cat just free flowing through the air, not concerned, not worried, just simply going with the flow of its life, which is to be moving through time and space, and it lands on the ground safely. So, in the same way, it is a philosophy of the Tao, which the Tao is a philosophy, a Chinese philosophy, which means the way or the natural order of things. It's actually spelled Tao, but pronounced the Tao. In the same way, the philosophy of the Tao, that we are all falling off a tree. We are all falling into a courtyard at this very moment of our lives. And it says, as a matter of fact, the moment we were born, we were kicked off the precipice and we are falling. And we have been falling, whether it's been 20 years or 40 years, or in my case, 75 years. We are all falling and we cannot stop the fall. So instead of living in a chronic state of tension and clinging to all sorts of things that are actually falling with us, because the whole world is impermanent like a cat. So I think that how this fits into our topic of living your divine purpose or being in life fully available to be used is to live like a cat, to not be tense, to not be stressed, to not be bracing ourselves against a fall, because then when we fall hard and we fall very hard. And when we fall tensed, bones get broken. When we fall relaxed, it's just kind of it's like can you imagine like dropping a feather off the third floor, and the feather would lightly fall on the ground. So I think the message tonight is for us to live like that, to be so trusting and so faith-filled in God as our source, as that we are cared for, that we are protected and maintained, that life is meant to be lived like a feather or like a cat, and not like a brick, not like a rigid something, we're bracing ourselves against bad news or bracing ourselves against a hard fall. Because as the Tao would say, we are falling. We are always falling. And that how we approach this fall is how we fall. So I would like this to be our meditation tonight. The meditation is a point of this time together. Now, I have realized I've been doing this about 3 or 4 weeks and trying to incorporate music. Me and music can't talk at the same time, because when we do, it garbles and is unintelligible. So once I start the meditation music, I will stop talking, and then I will stop the music when I start talking again. So, but before I do that, let me just make sure you know how to support the work of the Centers for Spiritual Living in Cape Coral, and how to support this particular venue, which is Sunday Night Alive, because we do live by your donations, and your support means everything to us. And it's a spiritual principle to give where you're spiritually fed. So if you're spiritually fed, I just invite you, I'm going to show you, just invite you to support the center. You can do that through text to give, which is on your screen, and you can take a picture of it with your phone so you can remember. Or there's a QR code which leads you to our website donation page. Just make sure if you do that, that you click the down arrow and select Sunday Night Alive. So, and of course, it's optional. There's no requirement to donate any money, but if you do, obviously it's inspiring to me, and ensures the ongoing offering of the service. So we're going to meditate together for 15 to 20 minutes. And this is a time for stillness and silence. So please turn off your phones, take your dogs outside, or tell them to sleep while you're doing this. And meditation is really a time of inner communion. We talked today at the center about the power of intuition, that when you are living your life's purpose, you are listening to your inner guidance. And your inner guidance never will fail you if you listen, because it is your gut. It's something, it's whatever is in the still small voice within you that says yes or no, do this, do that. So we want to create time for listening. And this is that time. This is the time to simply just be and listen. If you're new to meditation, there's no right or wrong way to do it, though I must tell you, your mind will want to wander. That the 15 minutes may not sound like a long time, but when you're trying to be still, it can be a very long time. So just continue to be present with what you're doing. And if you find yourself thinking about tomorrow or thinking about yesterday, just with so much tenderness, bring your attention back to the present moment. Your job is simply to sit, to be quiet, to breathe, and spirit will do the rest. Yes? So I just so appreciate your being here. What will happen is I'm going to put some music on in the background. I'm going to start a timer for 15 minutes of pure meditation. And don't hang up, don't go away, sit in your meditation. Just be present and see what happens. It's so good for you, so good for your blood pressure, so good for your mood, so good for your inspiration. At the end of 15 minutes, I will silence the music and I will come back and bring us out of meditation and do a closing prayer for us. So I love doing this. I hope you love doing this too. And by the way, if you are local, which many of you are not local, I understand that today that we were actually, our service in Cape Coral was actually being streamed to Nigeria, which, how awesome is that? Um, so, um, so stay tuned, stay put, and let me put some music on and we will meditate together for 15 minutes and then I'll be back. So take a moment and relax your body. I'm going to have a mantra for us. This is our mantra for tonight's meditation. I soften as I move through the free fall of life. You can say it with me. I soften as I free fall, as I move through the free fall of life. So like the cat, you don't want to tense and become a bag of bones at the end. You want to soften and just land on your feet everywhere and anywhere that you are. And so if you're comfortable, begin to close your eyes and turn within. I can't see you, but you can see me. I will be meditating with you. And if you forget the mantra, just peek at the screen. I soften as I move through the free fall of life. And then I will see you in about 15 minutes on the other side. And so, I could have stayed here for another half hour, but gently bring yourself back. Feel yourself sitting wherever you are, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Hmm. Mm. Just notice how you feel in this moment. Notice how your body feels. Notice how your emotions feel. Notice how it feels to soften as you move through the free fall of life. And so I'm going to close our time in prayer. Obviously, our prayer is an affirmative prayer. It is a spiritual awareness that we are surrounded by a power and a presence and an intelligence and a beauty and a love that is so amazing that we can soften. We can soften. We can surrender. We can allow ourselves to lean into life. And as Bob Teasdale sang in his song today, and if you haven't watched the service, watch it. His performance and his music was beautiful. That there is a river, life is a river, and we can go into that river deep. We can go into that river wide, and that we can know that everything is conspiring for our good. So we do not need to tense up. We do not need to be rigid. We do not need to be careful or cautious, that we can simply trust that as we move through our days, that we are maintained and sustained and supported by a living, loving presence that is the very essence of our true nature, our life. And so I affirm for each one of us here that we find ourselves this week softening. We find ourselves ceasing to brace against what might happen next, because my mantra in life is I can't wait to see what happens next. I can't wait to see, because whatever it is, it will be good. And so with positive expectation, we leave our time of meditation tonight in the brilliance of the full moon, just simply allowing our lives to unfold with grace, with ease, with gentleness, with elegance, and that we say yes to that. And that we know that whatever life brings us in this free fall, in this, being thrown off this precipice, that we can expect nothing but good. And so, for the blessings of being together tonight, I am grateful. I adore you. God adores us, and all is well with our souls. And so, for this and so much more, we give thanks. We allow it to be whole and perfect as it is, as are you. And we end our time together by saying, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much for spending this moment with me. I so appreciate you and love this time together. And I will see you next time on Sunday at 6 p.m. for Sunday Night Alive. Peace and blessings. God bless you. Have a wonderful week.